I want to read a character who's gorgeous, never doubts herself, is proud, almost arrogant. I'm talking about Glinda. Is Stanford not good enough? Can describe a character that while you're reading it, you have this picture in your head. Wow, this woman is gorgeous. I don't understand it.
You're telling me the sun is not coming up at all anymore.
Wo fange ich denn jetzt an? Hi, hello, it's me, YAHSARAH, and I need help, desperately. I want to read a book with an inspiring character, and that's the reason why I need recommendations. A lot of recommendations, please. I want to read a character who's gorgeous, never doubts herself, is proud, almost arrogant, a character who chases after dreams, no matter how big they are. Almost like very delusional, but that's what I want to read. I want a comfort book with a comfort character who will always make me feel like everything is possible. Do you get that or not? Maybe in order to explain it more, I want to read a character like Elle Woods. You know the movie Legally Blonde? If you have not watched this movie, please watch it, please. Watch this video first until it's finished, but then go off and watch this movie, please. This is my comfort movie, and I want to have a book similar to this, okay? And I cannot find someone like this. I was so desperate, I even asked ChatGPT, and his book recommendations are so strange, really, yeah. In order to find a book similar to Legally Blonde, the movie with the character with Elle Woods, I read Legally Blonde, the book. And it was quite different. First, what is really peculiar, the school Elle Woods goes to, the university, is not Harvard, it's Stanford. Why did they change that in the movie? Why? Is Stanford not good enough? Also, Elle seemed not as positive as in the movies. She was often very down and helpless and rather negative, and her chasing after Warner was much more prominent in the book than in the movies. In addition, in the book there is no love interest. In the movie, the character Emmett, they get together, they marry also on the second film, but Emmett does not exist in the books. Instead, we have a new character. Her name is Eugenia, and Eugenia becomes her close friends at university at Stanford. They meet there. They go together to law school. Eugenia is the exception. Of all other law students hate her, but Eugenia is fine. Another difference is that Brooke, the one who is accused of murder of her husband, her alibi in the movie is she was having a surgery, but in the book there was a secret club which is called Stopper Shoppers, because she had a television commercial addiction. And she was first embarrassed about this, and second, she wanted to keep the identities of others a secret. Also, there are much more interactions with her parents, and she grows apart slowly from her friends Margaret and Serena and realizes that they stay the same, but she has changed. They are just friends of her former life. There's a big focus on this vision of Elle. She comes up with the idea of BLDF, Blonde Legal Defense Fund, and for her it's so important to defend the rights of the blonde. And it is funny, and also it is kind of sad in one scene in the movies, but it's not that a huge topic. In the movie, in the book, in the end, she's always talking about how she wants to defend the rights of blondes. That's also the reason why she fights for Brooke, because Brooke is a blonde, and the daughter of the deceased is a brunette. You can say that the book and the movie, they have the same idea, but they have completely different vibes. The book is much more deeper in the topic, and you get a lot of more facts. You know that Elle wanted actually to be a jewel designer and still wants to be at the end of the book, but she thinks she knows she can do both. The movie is more glamorous, I think. It just radiates positivity and good luck and the belief that you can achieve everything you want. And Elle is always smiling in almost every scene, and she always looks fabulous. And you can describe this in a book. You can describe a character that while you're reading it, you have this picture in your head. Wow, this woman is gorgeous. But the author, I think it's Amanda Brown, is that her name? I'm not sure. She has not done that well. And I want a book. I'm searching. I now notice that I haven't even memorized what Legally Blonde is about. I thought you would know, maybe. I thought maybe that everyone knows, but it's a girl, LA darling, Elle Woods, and she's blonde and she loves pink, and she goes to a very peculiar school. I'm not that familiar with the system, but she is a Delta Gamma, and she has a boyfriend. Warner breaks up with her because she is too blonde. He says, "You're not serious enough, Elle. I want to become president or something like this. I want to be a lawyer. I will go to," in the movie it's Harvard, "I will go to Harvard and become a law student." And she says, "No, Elle Woods wants to fight for a man instead of finding another." She also gets into Harvard. She does the exam. She nails them. Or in the book, she says she aced them. And then we go with her through her adventure of finding out what she really wants and changing her beliefs and also a bit growing up. And she discovers that maybe being a lawyer is not that bad at all, and maybe she is at law school not only because of Warner, but also because of herself. She must accomplish a lot of challenges, but she always managed to do this with a smile on her lips. I think this movie is so inspiring. But now to the books again, because this is still a book channel. And I have also read Emma, and I love Emma. It's my second favorite book from Jane Austen. You can guess now in the comments which one is my favorite. And yeah, maybe you can think of it. Don't think so deeply about it. So what is Emma about? Emma is 21 years old. She is rather wealthy, very, very wealthy, and she's bored with her life. It's not really that claimed in the book, but you notice very quickly that the stuff Emma does do not fulfill her. So she searches for another mission in her life, and that's matchmaking. She herself does never want to marry, because why should she? She already has money, and no man in the world is good enough for her. Our Emma is very proud. Our Emma is very arrogant. She's described as very spoiled, and she is manipulating her peers all the time, especially these who are less money than her. But at the same time, she's so kind and open-hearted, and throughout the story, you notice that, and throughout the story, she changes. She becomes a true heroine. Jane Austen is always describing the journey to become a heroine. And she also develops feeling for Mr. Knightley. I love Mr. Knightley. Would I recommend reading Emma? Yes, definitely. If you like classical books, if you like a soft writing style and pretty words, go and read Emma. It's my second favorite Jane Austen book. I have already said that this is a book channel. Yes, have I? Because now we're talking again about a movie. I'm talking about Glinda. Glinda is another example. She's from Wicked. Do I must describe her? She sings popular. She wears such gorgeous dresses. Oh my gosh, I was watching the movie and I was just watching the dresses. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I want to have each of them. But I have beautiful dresses too, so it's okay. When I was a kid, I was reading The School for Good and Evil, and I would recommend it only for kids. And there's this one character, her name is Sophie, and she's another example for a character I want to have in my future comfort book. Sophie is also blonde. Why are they always blonde? I'm brunette. Naya. Sophie is basically everything you do not want to have as a best friend, but she is the best friend of Agatha, our other main character. And Sophie is so funny. She's so unserious. She always thinks about herself and so random stuff. She's bad. She is the evil one in the story. There is, I think, also a movie about this. So much movies out there. It's on Netflix. It's called the same as the book. Basically, there are two girls, Agatha and Sophie. And Sophie is the most beautiful girl in the world, while Agatha is the ugliest girl in the world. And they are from the small town, which is called Gavalon. I'm not sure. I've read this book ages ago. And there is this rumor in town that every 4 years, two kids are kidnapped and brought to a school, the School for Good and Evil, where they get education in order to become a part of a fairy tale. For example, I think Cinderella was from the small town, and then she was kidnapped, and a couple of years later there was this book published where Cinderella has her adventure. But I'm not sure if it's really Cinderella or another character. So these two girls, Sophie and Agatha, are getting kidnapped, and they are brought to the school. And the whole thing is that the School for Evil is for the bad character, like the evil queen, and the School for Good and Evil are for the good characters, like Sleeping Beauty. But what happens if Agatha is put into the School for Good, and Sophie, who is a beautiful girl who has always dreamed of more, of getting out of her little hometown, is put into the School for Evil. So they both they are best friends at this moment in the story, and they are both trying to switch schools, while Agatha also tries to get them both home again, and Sophie wants to find her Prince Charming. There's so much going on in this book, and the story develops in, I think there are 1, 2, 3, I think there are 6 volumes. They're rather big, but they are very easy to read. And always the characters, no one dies, and the character always stay the same. And it's a kid's book, as I said, and there are a lot of plot holes. A lot of plot holes. If you want to read this, you must be fine with it. The first book is you can read just the first book and be fine, because then if you start the second book and the third book, they are okay. But with the 5th and 4th and 6th, they make no sense if you watch back to the first book. That was not well done, but it is like it is, and I just read the books for Sophie, and I got my Sophie. That's cool. Though also she loses all her character development from the third book in the books later. And her endgame is also not good. Why does she come together with Horst? Why? I mean, we were spanning 6 books hating on Horst. I don't understand it. Now I have given you examples for characters I want to read in my book. And please, just give me anything. Write it in the comments. Tell me which book I should read, which book is my perfect, and why are there not more books out there? Nowadays, all the main characters are, I think, kind of the same. Either they are dull, or they are pathetic. Why can she not scream into the world, I am beautiful? I know what I'm doing. I know I will accomplish everything I want to accomplish. I know if the character has no faults in the beginning, the character cannot develop. But I've given you examples. Every character I told you today about has faults in the beginning, but develops to the better. So please give me your recommendations. And I don't understand why there are not more books out there with a character like I described. Why do I have to write a book about it? Tell me if I should write a book with a character like this. You would read it. I would definitely enjoy that very, very much. Writing a book like this. Maybe Midnight Library. Has anyone ever read Midnight Library? Should I read it? Is that a good book? It's a book ChatGPT recommended me. Yeah, I'm very desperate. Very sad. So, have I already mentioned that you must give me recommendations, and I will read, I promise, I will read each of them, and then when I read them, I will make a video and rank them. That's my target. I don't know if anyone is watching this, actually. Isn't that rather bored, me just talking and chatting about books? For me, it's fun, and also I like watching others talk passionately about books, but maybe I'm the only person on the world who likes that. But please like this video and subscribe. That would be very cool. And stay posted for my next video. Bye! Oh, have a lovely day, please. Yeah, go out and radiate your brilliance. Because today is the day you can do anything.